G'day everyone, Jimbo here. Today I'm going to be doing a roster overview like I promised in my first video a while ago. So we're starting off here with my top champion, Dr. Doom, my RSPI obviously of my 11 rank 5s, and one of my favourites really. Doom carried me through the newest variant, variant 5, and he's just, in general, really great. This is Beardo. Beardo, he needs more sig levels than he has. I don't use him all that often, because he's just not all that reliable at the moment. But he's a good champion to have, especially for nullifying those unstoppable buffs that show up sometimes. Aegon, one of my favourites. I don't use him as much as I should. I don't make much use of him because I'm not often pushing for content like Labyrinth and Abyss. I've only done a single completion of Labyrinth, and I haven't even looked at the Abyss yet. It's just not really, it's a lot above my pay grade, the way I see it at the moment. Clairvoyant, one of my favourites, my third ever rank 5. Used her for the 6.2 champion before it was nerfed back when she was level 55. Solid champion, doesn't get as much use as she did before, not anymore at least, thanks to Dr. Doom. I mean, she's great, but she just doesn't really compare. Ghost, my first rank 5 and my one love. Don't use her too much anymore, simply because I've been using her for a long time, and I don't have the Wasp synergy, so she's just a bit tough to play sometimes. I only got Hood about a week and a half ago, so it's just difficult to use her sometimes, Omega Red, very new rank 5 for me. I think my most recent. I don't run Suicide Masteries, and his SIG isn't quite up there yet, so he's a bit of a work in progress for me. More of a synergy rank up for my Colossus, which we'll get to soon. Nick Fury was my second ever rank 5. I used a generic Awakening gem on him from Elder's Bane, 100% rank 5, and then pulled him from a Grandmaster Crystal about 3 months later, so that felt a bit shit, but he's a great champion. I use him often, love him. Colossus is probably my favourite champion at the moment, especially with the Omega Red synergy. His damage is just bonkers, and that's all you really need for a bit of fun. Love his animations, love everything about Colossus really. Captain Marvel movie, also a bit of a recent rank 5 for me. She pairs great with my Nick Fury, but I always find myself using Nick more, you know what I mean? I haven't used her very much. She's really fun in the incursions though, so that instantly makes her a great rank up in my opinion. Hyperion was like my fourth rank 5, and probably my favourite champion for quite a while, ever since probably before I started pairing, before I got an Omega Red to pair with my Colossus. He was definitely my favourite. The bloke is just insane. And Quake is a powerhouse. You can't get much better than in Quake for a lot of content. You always see these debates between Quake and Ghost for the best character in the game. Well, I don't really mind because I have both of them. So yeah, clearly I've been pretty lucky with my account. Just really looking for Warlock at the moment, and otherwise I'll be pretty set for forever. I have Longshot. Longshot's alright. Corvus. A lot of people will be telling me to rank up Corvus, if many people watch the video at least. I don't run the Suicide Masteries, he just doesn't seem all that valuable for me at the moment. Doc Ock is a pretty recent pull for me, and I think I will be ranking him up at some point to rank 5, probably pretty recently, or pretty soon, not recently. He's just really fun. He's more of a guilty pleasure rank up. I reckon I've earned it for now. Once the Magneto buff goes live, he's probably my next rank up. Not much to say about Magneto, he's looking pretty overpowered. Other than that, I've got Vision rank 4, he's not very useful. Kinda regret buying him if I'm being honest. Rank 3 champions, they're pretty alright. I need to rank up Hood further, and Magic as well probably, otherwise they're all pretty fine at rank 3. Then the Duck would be nice, but what can you do? Emma Frost, I want to rank her up because she's fun, same with Silver Surfer. Thing I just pulled the other day, so I haven't quite had the opportunity to rank him up quite yet. But that is, pretty much just dog shit down here. After those leveled up ones, Killmonger's alright, love to rank him. Maybe Iron Man and Ronin. Could make some use out of them at some point in the future. This is sort of my champions. If we go to 6 stars, I have Human Torch and Magneto, both pretty great at rank 1. Magneto should be going to rank 2 some point soon. Same with Human Torch really, but no massive plans for them, or him. Magneto definitely have massive plans for. Omega Red, good champ, but unduped, so can't make much use of him. Carnage was alright in the new variant, and Heimer's a good synergy, but otherwise, yeah, pretty average roster I'd personally say for the 6 stars, but my 5 stars definitely more than make up for it, I reckon. So that's the roster section of my account overview done. Cheers. So now I'm going to be looking at the content that I've done throughout, and sort of the progression that I took to get to where I am today. So obviously I started the account 18th of August last year, about 2 weeks over a year ago now. This was supposed to be a year progression video, but I forgot, so there you go. Started obviously with Act 1. I didn't explore it until they buffed the rewards a little while ago. Just went through that for the units obviously. Went through normal completions, 2, 3, 4, the easy shit. So nothing really special going on there. At about the 2.5 month point, I hit the uncollected title. So that was pretty good. It felt good to have it done that fast into the account. I just felt like I was making great progress, and that's always a good feeling, So that's a good thing that happened. But the best thing that happened to the account was when I finished this Act 5 Chapter 4 content, just the completion of it. The exploration wars were a bit shit, to be honest. They weren't very good. But when I completed it, I opened 2 5 stars. I got Cull Obsidian from the first one. He's an alright champ to have, can't really go wrong with Cull. Never used him much because the next champion I pulled was a lot better. That was Ghost. So Ghost was I think those two are my 3rd and 4th 5 stars. My first one was Nick Fury, so that's, it's lovely to be at that point in the game and you've got Ghost and you've got Nick Fury. So I rushed to get my Ghost to rank 4. That's always something you want to do. Rank up your Ghost because she's great, and I already knew how to play her. And between the time of pulling Ghost and getting her to rank 4, I don't know what happened. I can't actually remember, but I think Kabam Games gave out some sort of compensation. This is about the 4, maybe closer to 5 month mark of the account. Gave out some sort of compensation. I accidentally bought a featured crystal. I accidentally bought a featured crystal. Didn't mean to, but I pulled Black Widow Clairvoyant from it. And I don't know if any of you are clairvoyant players. I'd assume so. But if you look at this, I don't know where it is actually. But whenever she's in Curse of Hellfire, she puts the Incinerate on. That's what I'm talking about. And so when, I got Ghost and I have a fairly decent Incinerate champion, or champion that applies Incinerate. Didn't have Sentinel, but with my 455 Ghost, I just tried to complete Variant 3. It wasn't actually that tough. And with a rank 3 Clairvoyant, I was able to solo the Kang final boss. It didn't heal once. Claire's actually really good for that fight if you don't have a better option, which I was surprised to find out, but I did. So I got that completed, and from the 5-star from those rewards, I actually awakened my Ghost naturally. So it was really good. So that just goes to show you need some pretty great luck if you want to make a good progression. So I completed my first ever variant at that point in time, about 6 months into my account. This was still free to play. At that point, I'm not free to play anymore. You can see I don't have that times 5 bundle. In fact, I can see I've bought the daily card. It's about to expire, and the sigil up there. But I was still free to play at this point. Where are the back issues? Here they are. Since then, I've explored these 3, completed this one, and fuck this one, honestly. That's classic. Fuck this one, honestly. It's just really, well, I'm not going for it at the moment. It's probably worth it, but I can't be fucked. So that felt really good, having that Ghost awakened. I felt like I could do anything, and I really could. So throughout that point in time, got a few more good pulls. But I wasn't really feeling going for Cavalier. I just didn't feel quite ready for it. So I started Act 5 exploration. I already did Chapter 1, but I started exploring Chapter 4. I finished exploring Chapter 4. Got some shit rewards from it, I think. Useless Awakening Gem, obviously, as Awakening Gems tend to be. I just wanted skill. I had my Nick Fury, he wasn't duped, so I wanted a skill gem for him. Didn't get it, because you never get what you want from those things, to be honest. Yeah, and then I did Chapter 2, up until the Collector Quest. Then I did Chapter 3, explored that, finished off the Collector Quest. There's Elder's Bane. Once I got that Elder's Bane, slammed the generic into Nick Fury, slammed the tier 5 basics into Ghost, and I think the next day I was Cavalier, so that was pretty fun. By that point I had my Nick unawakened at rank 4, oh no, I was awakened, I used the awakening gem on him. Claire at rank 4, Ghost at rank 5, and then just some 345s I slapped into the team. I had Colossus at 345 unawakened, and yeah, and then with that Cavalier I was excited, and a lot of these quests are pretty easy. Alright, really sorry about that cut there. So what I was saying, I believe, I was talking about how I jumped into Act 6 Chapter 2 because of the ease of some of the quests, specifically the 2nd, 3rd and 4th ones with Ghost, because of she sort of just counters the global, especially this 3rd and 4th one where she just sort of destroys them. She benefits quite a lot from them, and even to an extent that 5th quest, sorry about that background noise if you're hearing it. Even that 5th quest where she has that sort of ease of intercepts. So a lot of 6.2, even with the 1 rank 5 of Ghost, was rather easy. And after a few attempts that costed a disappointing amount of units, I did end up killing the champion after a lot of practicing with Clairvoyant at rank 4. This is going on for quite a while, so I'll try to keep it concise. Variant 3, oh, not Variant 3, sorry, 6.3. spent a while on that, just like practicing, getting the completion run. Took a while to build up the nerve to do it. I was sort of on a break, not playing very much at that point in time, but I ended up getting through it. Once I got that first quest down, it was like 3 days, got the completion. Terrible rewards. I think I got 6-star Juggernaut, 5-star Kamala Khan, and 5-star Cable were my rewards. Only 3 stars from the Cavalier Crystals, obviously. And then about a week after that, I got the 6.4 completion. Got alright rewards from that. Got the Beardo, and I awakened my Cull Obsidian, 6-star Carnage and Magneto, and then got, well, a terrible Nexus, terrible. My best choice was Massacre, so I chose Massacre. I believe the other options were an Awakening on Iron Fist and an Awakening on Rhino, so not good. So I figured Massacre might be useful in the future just for domino synergies. I don't know. So that was Act 6. That was about that the Grandmaster kill was about 10 months in, so about 2 months ago now. Once again, I'm really sorry if you're hearing some background noise. Variants were interesting. Completion on Variant 4 specifically, really easy. Chapter 2, really easy. Chapter 1, quite easy for exploration. Most of Chapter 3, but because I rushed the start, I never actually pulled 1-star Hulk. So it took a lot of units to eventually get him, but I did end up pulling him about 800 units worth of crystals later, which is actually quite good odds, surprisingly enough. Variant 3 was the first one I explored. Alright, so as I was saying before another fucking cut, Variant 3 was the first one I explored, and obviously the first one I completed, as I already said. Wasn't too bad. The Kang specifically, you were using Claire again, but she was, fuck off, rank, sorry about that, rank 4 at the time, so easier than the rank 3. They weren't all solos like my rank 3 was, but what can you do, you know? Variant 4, as I said, 1-star Hulk proved a problem, otherwise easy. Mystery in the Micro Realms, I've done a little bit of exploration. I started it, but I couldn't really be fucked continuing it. Completion wasn't too bad on that, but you know, I'm actually getting really sick of this background noise. I'm so sorry. As I said earlier with Ultron's Assault, just fuck that. I can't be bothered. And Blood and Venom. This is really interesting. This is my second favourite variant so far. The rewards for it are just crazy, especially that completion one. I think it's really an imperative part of progression paths now. So I think that just the ease of a rank 5 is, you know, it's just important. It's going to be really important to progression paths, and it's going to be, if I could do the same thing again, like push for a year, see how far I could get, this would make a difference. So I had that 100%ed after, I think the day after it was released, it was completely done. And that was about 2 weeks ago now. And I haven't really done much since then, except for maybe like another few paths in 6.3, which is what I'm going for exploration on currently. And that brings us pretty much back up to today. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched all of it, good on you, really. I don't know why you would. It's just me rambling, but I appreciate you anyway. So thanks. And I'll see you next time I make a video, I guess. Catch you later.